Hey guys, so on Monday in San Francisco, the city's Board of Supervisors unanimously decided to put a ban on public nudity. Now, this is really surprising because in San Francisco for a long time now, you've been able to be nude in public as long as you weren't causing a scene or engaging in lewd behavior. And it's one of the most liberal cities in the country, so to have a measure like this go through the board unanimously is really surprising. And as soon as I read the story, I was immediately pissed off. Legislation introduced by Supervisor Scott Wiener would prohibit the display of genitals or buttocks in plazas or parkettes in the city, as well as on sidewalks, streets, and public transport. So basically, you can't be naked anymore in San Francisco. Thanks so much, Scott Wiener. Let's just say that the name fits. This makes me so angry. Why would you put a public ban on nudity? Like, it's not bothering anybody else. It's your own business. If you want to, like, just be naked, and as long as you're not doing anything crazy, I don't really see a problem with it. If you're not, like, drawing obvious attention to yourself, if you're just, like, hanging out somewhere, maybe in the park, just taking a nap, I don't really see the problem with it, and I can't believe that this is happening. I want to see more liberal policies on nudity, not this conservative bullshit, especially in a city like San Francisco, which is very, very liberal. This is really upsetting, and I think this is obviously a step in the wrong direction. I think, if anything, more cities should have this kind of policy where people can be naked as long as they're in line and their behavior is in check. I don't see any reason to put a ban on it. There's really no reason other than, you know, people say, oh, I'm offended, but I think the right to do what I want to do with my own body trumps your right to be offended. Is that there have been a lot of protests and things like that against this law, and as I think there should be, I really hope that they will reconsider or do another vote. I think people should be up in arms about this. I do think it is really upsetting. The people that support this law, I think, are absolutely stupid, and like I said, there's really no good reason that you could say that nudity should be outlawed. I mean, I can't think of any good reason that you would say there should be a ban on nudity, because it does what? Is this a naked person? Like, everyone has a body last time I checked, right? So I don't really see what the big deal is. It's like, it doesn't really cause harm to you or anyone else, so just let them do their thing. One San Franciscan, Suzanne Thompson, said she lives near a park where nudists frequent. She said that, I find it very objectionable, and she described a scene where a man was lying naked, sunny side up, a little bit away from where a bunch of kids were playing on the playground. And then she said, it's an issue of civility. If you're a nudist, go to a nude camp or nude beach. Don't walk around in the streets and make me look at it. It's like, really? If you don't want to look at it, then look in the other direction. You do have eyes and a head, I'm assuming. You can turn it, see? And you don't have to look at it. It's this amazing thing. You don't have to look at someone who's naked. You don't have to look at someone who's not naked. You don't have to look. If you're offended by it, then you can just decide to go somewhere else, or not look at them, or just question your reasons for being offended and just shut the hell up and let people do what they want to do. And one thing I really don't understand, it really baffles my mind, is this whole idea that nudity is more wrong when children are exposed to it. You'll see this argument come up a lot, like, oh, there's children around, when people talk about nudity, and I don't understand it, because if anything, children are going to be the least offended by nudity, because they haven't been fully socialized to understand that nudity is shameful and wrong, and that our society doesn't like naked bodies. They haven't really been exposed to that yet. And I think, if anything, opportunities of them seeing naked people, you know, in just like normal everyday life, I think that's almost good, because then they're not going to have as much association with, like, oh, nudity is sexual or shameful and all of that stuff. I think the stigma could lessen, and I think, if anything, it's a good thing for this type of thing to happen, and I think also it could rouse conversation between like children and parents talking about nudity, and I don't really think it's a problem at all. I think if anything, there's less to worry about if there's kids, you know, because as long as a person isn't like doing anything that's inappropriate, I don't really see a problem with it. If they're minding their own business, doing their thing, and you know, the kids are just playing on the playground or whatever, I don't see a problem with that, you know. I can do my thing, and then someone else can do their thing, and that's totally fine. Wiener, the guy that proposed this, said that it's a real issue in the community. Yeah, you know, naked people, that's a real problem. That's a huge social problem. You know, let's not worry about global warming or our economy, chaos in the Middle East, or people not having access to education. Let's not worry about that stuff. That's just side issues. The real problem is naked people in public. That's the real issue. The other stuff is just a bunch of nonsense. That's what we have to focus on, is nudity. I just can't deal with it because it's so fucking stupid, and it just blows my mind that something like this gets importance over this laundry list of things and problems that we have going on in our world. We have so many other things to worry about besides naked people, okay? I'm sick of talking about it. I want it to be fine. I want everyone to be okay with it. I want to move on, and I want to fix some of the real problems going on in our world. I hate that this has to be something that I have to sit here and talk about. It's like obvious to me, and I don't understand how people cannot realize this and just see how minor of an issue this really is compared to all of this other stuff that's going on right now in the world. San Francisco, please take this ban off nudity. This is insane. This is not going to do anyone any good, and it's harmful to our society and our ideas about bodies, and let's focus on the real issues, and let's put this to bed.